Hello, Bob. What you doing?
Hello, Ceazor. I'm doing some research on this free software that I like to use.
Oh, really? What are you trying to find out?
Well, they're having some financial problems, and I'd like to give them a hand.
Oh, I got an idea. Let me get my saw. Oh, Ceazor, wait. That's not exactly what I had in mind.
Hello and welcome to Ceazor's Snack Sandwich. Today we're taking a look at the Dev Protocol. The Dev Protocol is money designed for OSS. They describe it as making open activities sustainable with staking. So OSS is like open source software, so software that's free for everybody to use, kind of like Chrome or Brave browser and so forth. So these things do need to be maintained. So normally they ask for grants or they ask for donations or that's usually what they do. But this protocol has redesigned the donation so that you don't actually have to give them your money. You just give them some of your yield. So let's take a look at the flow of this protocol and you'll get a pretty good understanding of what's going on. Now I'm not going to go into all the little details of all the functions and all the formulas and so forth, but you'll get a pretty good idea of what's going on inside the Dev protocol and how the tokenomics work. Okay, let's take a look at it. So here we are at the flowchart. Okay, this is a pretty big flowchart. There's a lot of layers in here, so I'm going to try to get through this quick, and I hope I don't skip over anything too quickly. Okay, so the Dev protocol. I showed you what it is. So what's the first step of the Dev protocol? So we have some sort of OSS. So today I've chosen Ceazor's Sandwichery. This is some sort of open source software that people can use. Who knows what it's for? Maybe we can say this software allows you to hunt down recipes for sandwiches. Okay, so whatever, it doesn't matter what the software does. So it has some sort of use case for people in the real world. So what does it do? It interacts with the Dev protocol. It clicks the create button and goes into it and creates it. Now this process is quite in-depth and probably requires an entire video of its own. There are all sorts of like verifications from GitHub and so forth. So I'm not going to get into all this stuff right now. Just for now, the software clicks in here and registers with the Dev protocol, their GitHub software. Then immediately, the Dev protocol mints 10,000 tokens for that software. So we're going to call them Ceazor. So the people who create this part of the create process is choose your name of your token and the ticker of your token. And it will always mint 10 million of them. Now there is one little caveat. 5% of those go into the treasury of the Dev protocol. So they just take a small cut and stick it inside this treasury. I'll get into this a lot more in detail later when I'm talking about the stuff down here. So the rest of this 10 million, so 9,500,000 goes to Ceazor's Sandwichery. And now what do? The person who creates it gets all those tokens. And what can he do with them? Usually he's going to give them to his developers, the people who are actually working on the software, or he can give them to his community, or if he's really friendly, maybe he can give some to his mom. Now when I get through the process more, you'll understand what these tokens are and what they can do for these people, okay? So going down to the next one. So here is the Ceazor's Sandwichery user. He likes Ceazor's Sandwichery and he wants to use this protocol or this software once in a while. Now he's decided, I would like to help them out because I like this software. It's free, but I want to give back a little bit. But I'm a stingy person, or I don't want to give them my money because it's free, right? So people don't tend to give donations to free things, right? So they really got to be asked kind of bluntly, right? But this software gives them another idea, another incentive to do so, beyond just helping support the free software. And that is this. So what the first thing he will have to do is he will have to go to Uniswap and spend some ETH and buy some dev tokens. Okay, so he gets some dev tokens into his wallet. Then he will go to the Dev protocol website and he will stake them through stakes.social. I will show you this website later when we finish the whole chart. And he will stake them into the Dev protocol, so lock them up inside here. However many he wants, he just chooses a number, right? And then when these get locked in, the dev protocol will constantly be minting tokens. I can't remember the number. It's every few seconds or so forth. They're minting tokens to give to all of the staked tokens, right? So they will mint some tokens because, the users have staked tokens in here, and they've selected Ceazor Sandwichery as the thing they want to stake for. And they don't have to stake to a single one. They can stake to as many as they want. Okay? Now, there's one important thing. The more people that stake into this protocol for Ceazors, the more and more people that are staking, the lower this amount of minting will be. So this minting slowly degrades as more and more people stake. Now the opposite happens as more and more registries come in. The more softwares that register and create, they increase the minting. So it kind of tried to maintain a balance, right? So Ceazor Sandwichery might do a promo to say, hey, you guys, you can do this. You can stake for me and earn me. But once it starts getting high, maybe he's going to stop. He's going to maybe try to put another software in or so forth, or some other softwares. So the more assets in here, the higher the mint, the more stakers, the lower the mint. So there's a formula for this. I'm not going to get into the formula. You can check it in the docs, but you get the idea. So next one. So these minted tokens, right? 49% of these minted tokens will go to the staker. So he will just get more tokens back. So his tokens are still here. He can reclaim them anytime he wants. I'm not sure if there's a time lock or not. I can't remember. And I don't remember reading it. But anyhow, he can get them back eventually if there is a time lock. So he gets 49% of these minted tokens, right? Now, the current APY is around 30%. And like I said, this will change the APYs, right? And the other 51 goes to these token holders. So everyone who has a token will get a small portion of this 51%, right? So that's how Ceazor Sandwichery can pay the developers. They're going to get paid in dev tokens. And then they can take the dev tokens to Uniswap and sell them for whatever they want, or they can keep them as dev and do whatever they want with them, right? So all these shareholders or all these token holders of Ceazor Sandwichery can get a dividend of dev tokens based on who is staking. Now, of course, they're more than welcome to come over here and be stakers as well, right? And, they're going to continue to get it, right? So onward. Now, this is the interesting thing. Now, they're declaring this as to be a kind of ETF. Now, this is a centralized protocol right now, but they're currently in the steps of making it a DAO, a decentralized protocol. So the dev token will also work as a governance token for this dev protocol in the future. Now, all these tokens that have been accumulated in here from Ceazor Sandwichery and all these other different ones, let's say Banana or any other software that has created a bunch of tokens, they took 5%. Now they're all sitting inside this treasury, and they will get a portion of these fees because they have tokens, right? And they will also get some other ideas, like this software. They might decide on some new use cases for these tokens. Maybe they'll give them some governance, right? So users of this token might be able to have some sort of governance, say, in Ceazor Sandwichery. So then dev protocol will be able to meta governance this. They will be able to, all the dev holders will be able to make a vote and make changes to the Ceazor Sandwichery, depending, the value of their vote. They will only ever have 5%, but they can at least participate in the voting. And, maybe some other perks. Maybe Ceazor Sandwichery comes up with some other use cases for this token. And, the dev protocol will then be able to deal with that as well. Now, again, like I said, they will go DAO, and they will be able to maybe use this treasury for other things as well. Okay? And that pretty much covers the flow of it. So let's head over to the website and we can see what's going on over there. Okay, so here we are back on the dev protocol landing page. It's devprotocol.xyz. Now be careful. I found a .io when I did a Google search, and it's not the same one. Maybe it's a fake one. Maybe it's a different one. I don't know, but it's not the right one. Okay, so this is the stakes.social. This is the place where you will stake your tokens and find the software that you would like to support. And go down. You can see this part. Now, the team is clearly not anonymous. They are public. Everyone's got their face out here, and they're saying who they are and what they do and so forth. And there are some mentors, so I guess these are some consultants and so forth. And there are some backers, so they were backed by these different companies. Of course, Microsoft is here, and some other people's here. So let's head into the stakes.socials. So here we are at the pools, the choices you have, okay? So when you first come in, you can see here, the staking rewards are currently 27% for the stakers and 28% for the creators. So here are the software that you can choose, the OSSs and so forth that you can decide to support. Now, I don't know pretty much anything about any of these, but there are 177 pages of them, so there's a lot to choose from. So maybe you should use a search and search for the one you want to choose. So let's go straight into the first one, Viper here. It seems to be the most popular. Maybe it has the most stake. So let's click inside and see what's it like. So you go into the pool, gives you a small description, not a very in-depth description, but I guess you should know what it is. And you can choose to stake right here, and you can choose to withdraw. So you have some dev, you stake them, you withdraw them, and a small little dashboard, how much you've got in there. So that's pretty much it. So these are stakers, the top stakers of this protocol, of this OSS, of this Viper. Then we also have liquidity here. This is where you can stake some liquidity ETH Dev version 2 Uniswap liquidity pool tokens and gain some dev tokens, I believe. So I'm not exactly sure how this is working right now, but it's clearly that's what it is. You supply liquidity to Uniswap for the dev token, and you can gain some dev tokens as rewards. Okay, so monthly yield again, 30%, and there's currently 50 days left. This is nice. They don't see this very often in protocols. And create, this is where if you wanted to create a token, you would go through this entire process. Like I said, this is a in-depth process that I'm not going to cover now. Govern, so this will be places for governance in the future. And then a dashboard with all the current stats and characteristics of the protocol itself. So that pretty much covers the dev protocol and the stakes.social page. Now, full disclaimer, I am not actually getting paid to do this video, but I was reached out to by one of the team members and asked me if I would like to collaborate on this. So he answered a lot of my questions. I had conversations with him and was able to get a better idea of what's going on in here. And that's it. So I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hello, thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel, there are a few ways you can help me out a lot. Number one is I have a Gitcoin grant. This is a pretty unique way to help out. Basically, the way this system works is if you supply me with any kind of donation, then the protocol itself will also match your donation with like an increasing amount the more the people donate to me. So for example, if you were to give me 1 DAI, the protocol will give me 4 DAI, which is great, so your 1 DAI can go a long way. So please feel free to come here and check this out. Link to this will be in the description. Another way you could support me is by going to YGift, link in the description. And here, where this says collect, for me, it would say tip. You tip this, and you could give me some YUSD if you want. And that would definitely help me out quite a bit. Another way you could support me is you could check out my Rarible store and purchase an NFT. Now, the best kind of support is just you watching my videos and liking them and subscribing. So if you did that, thanks so much for doing that, and goodbye.